from 96 to 2003.
That's the third strike. How much time did they issue? 25 to life.
And they don't give you no good time, good behavior.
Do 85% of whatever they gave.
I break it like my life on the line. Jungle in these streets, pick the beats on the line. Hustle to increase, put it all on the line. House to spouse, family freedom, walking yards on the line. Every day I wake up like my life on the line. Jungle in these streets, pick the beats on the line.
Yeah. What's happening, everybody? Thank you for tuning in again. You are on the line with JJ Fomby. I'm Junior, and we back at it again, y'all. What's up, Eastsider? What's going on with you over there?
Perpetrating as a square, man. Fair to be square. That's all.
So, again, people who are tuning in visually and audibly, you can catch us on Amazon Music, TuneIn, Stitcher, iHeart, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, also Pandora. Now, when you go to these places, our icon is going to be the roulette table. So when you tap in, look for the roulette table, click on there, and then you can hear us on all these streaming sites. So when you get a chance, go there, tap in, tune in with us, and you'll have us there with you.
Yeah, for the visual people watching this visually, we're live on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Roku by demand, and Vimeo by demand, if I said it correctly. So that's for all the visual listeners and lookers. So yeah, we on those particular streaming sites, basically all the streaming sites that are available that each individual might have on their phone or their laptops or their home computers. So I want to also indicate that when you are looking at us on YouTube, as well as when you're looking at us on the Digital Soapbox Network, if you're looking on your phone or looking on your laptop, it's a word that says subscribe. So it don't cost you nothing to subscribe. It's free. And it's red, as you see the icon up there, or over there, or right there, whatever it is, and that you touch that with your hand until it's no longer red. Then you become a subscriber for free. It don't cost you a dime. Repeat, touch that icon with your hand like that, pull off, and it should stop. When it's not red anymore, you are now a subscriber, which means every day you know when the shows are up. And we need subscribers. Everybody that's on here on this platform needs subscribers. That is for the viewers who are looking at it. Audio listeners, you had nothing to do with that. So I just want to indicate, because a lot of people not tech savvy, especially with dealing with all this new technology. Some people stuck in their ways. Or some only know how to turn on the phone, how to get to YouTube, how to get to Google Chrome or Google or whatever search engine you go to. They have problems with that. So I just want to let y'all know that how to get to YouTube and how to subscribe when you get to YouTube, when you're looking at our content on Digital Soapbox Network, as well as you looking at on JJ Fomby YouTube channel as well on the line. So yeah, I had to let y'all know that. So, well,
it's good for good info.
Yeah, today we're gonna have a little conversation about marijuana. I'm not gonna go into a long, drawn-out situation about it, legalizing of marijuana. And for the footage that we will be providing, we're not bashing the marijuana industry. For the record, we are not bashing the marijuana industry. We're only stating facts of how things are today as opposed to what it was 20, 30 years ago. Something different. Kind of like the Prohibition time when they did the translation from, running moonshine, which is a nickname for liquor, a homemade liquor from the South. And then they went from being illegal to legal. And for some of the people that don't know that once upon a time, if the history is correct and been told and I read it correctly, the Kennedy family, like the former president and as far as former senator, the lawmaker, the family, the Kennedys, they come from liquor. The money they gained, the money they obtained was from liquor.
Bootleggers?
Huh? Yeah, bootleggers. That's what they called them back then because it wasn't legal. So they was bootlegging liquor. So that was the dynasty that came from liquor. There's others, but that's just the more famous one that everybody talks about. And anyway, so yeah, that's basically what we're going through now these days with the legalizing of marijuana, and here in California, and then other states abroad. So, Junior, what you think about this though, man?
Okay.
About the marijuana situation, how it is here in California, and so on and so on.
Well, we all know that we either know somebody or heard of somebody who has went down hard for marijuana, and still sitting in jail for whatever case, whether if it's trafficking, getting caught, or whatever case may be. Now, this was inevitable that pretty soon, marijuana was going to be legal. I guess they was just trying to figure out how to tax it and put it into the bill and all that, stuff like that. But when we was running around trying to, peddle it and stuff like that, it was just, you go to jail. Sometimes they take it from you, let you go. We already know what they're doing with it when they take it from you. But, and also in certain hoods, no matter what hood you come from, there's always a spot to go get the garbage or the good stuff. So, everybody always know you go to any hood, get the spots, but now fast forwarded up until now, it's become quite, common that there's a dispensary here or dispensary there, or, but what didn't change is how we have people still sitting in jail with those cases, but now it's legalized. What do we do with those, cases like that? And that's just something that, is kind of tricky. I don't understand it, but I'm sure, there's some people out there who may be listening and tuning in who understands the get down of stuff like that. But weed is now legalized out here in California. However, for the 9-to-5ers, the people with good jobs, a job, or about to get a job, that does not mean that you could become Puff the Magic Dragon and still be at work. Because from my understanding, some companies is like, we don't care how legal it is. Our rules and regulations is we still do drug tests, and if you fail, we will further take it, to a different level. So yes,
correct. You don't want to lose your job because you took a hit of a blunt, a couple hits of a blunt, or some good stuff. Marijuana, I'm talking about. Legalize marijuana recreational. So I think it's time just dealing with professional athletes, people in professional workforce or in the workforce. They're gonna have to adjust that, to where, okay, if it's pot, even if you're on parole or probation, they're gonna have to adjust that. Just a matter of time when they do it, if they haven't done it already in some of the spots. Some places I think have laxed on it, but let's get it clear. Don't be high and driving, because they still give you a DUI for that.
Oh, see, that's good information, because I didn't know.
Yeah, and I'm only speaking here in California. You might run across, even if you have it in your car, you might run across somebody that gonna push in line about it. So I think it'd be more safe and precautionary measures to keep. If you do got, you got your little sack, which you might want to put it in your trunk and lock it, or put it in your glove compartment and lock the glove compartment. So it won't be so easy accessible in the event that you get pulled over by law enforcement. You might not be even smoking, you just got the sack with you.
Yeah.
Let
me ask you this. Now, what we have is different types of weed that come in variation. Before, when we was young, riding around and doing, stuff like that. You know, weed was just weed. You get the Ziploc bag, it was green, it was weed, you have a joint, that's it. But now they come in so many shapes, form, and fashions. You know, you got edibles, you got, you know, this, you got pre-roll, you got blah, 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 blah. So how does that work as far as driving in the car for those who may not know?
I'll say I take my advice, what I just gave them, and that's for the listeners and the lookers, the viewers, that you might want to take and put it in your glove compartment and lock it. Or put it in your trunk and lock it until you get to where you're going to go to do your dang thing. You understand what I mean? Mm-hmm. Just to keep in case, you know, law enforcement pull you over, I mean, that's a secure spot. I can't drive and get in there at the same time. You know what I mean? Same thing with the trunk, and just lock it. You do what you want to do. I'm not saying that what they're going to do. I'm just saying what the law might be and what the law is, something different. But I know you're safe when you put it in your trunk. Come out the spot, throw in your truck, and put in your lock. And that glove compartment that has a lock on it, lock it. You good, you know what I mean? You know, the bag ain't been busted, you bought out the dispensary, you understand me? Or it's just the accessibility I think they might be tripping off of, give you a DUI. It's like if you go to the store and purchase liquor at the store, you know, beer, whatever. You go grocery shopping, you got it in with your groceries. You understand? You ain't got to open. I got groceries up in here. You know understand what I'm saying? So I would just do it in that form of fashion. I just can't just here's the receipt, blah blah blah. If you had that kind of problem, I don't know if you will or not. I don't know. I'm just thinking an event of being a black man driving a car, what could happen to you? They try to make it an issue, even though it's not a felony issue. You understand me? I think it's a felony issue if you're driving DUI. I think that's a felony issue here in the state of California.
If it's like next to you or in your hand, as some people like to be cool, like a cigarette, and drive with the shit, you know.
I wouldn't advise that. Do what you want to do, but I wouldn't advise that at all.
Okay, that's so me and you had conversated earlier before. You got some very good information, and you took a tour around these places. Why don't you introduce us into what you got going on?
Yeah, control. Let me get the Atlantic and 19th clip. You get that up there for me. That's a dispensary. So when I was growing up in on the east side of Long Beach, there used to be a liquor store across the street. Liquor store ain't there no more. All I can tell you is a whole lot of stuff was going on around that place. That whole corner was active. So this is many years ago. Some people didn't want to get caught in that liquor store. It could be all bad for you. It could be swole up or drug out bad. That's how bad it was for some people. So what I'm tripping off of is like, as I really paid attention to this, I was like, man, that was 30 years, 27, 30, 80 years ago, 28 years ago or so, whatever, how many years it is, been multiple years later down the road, that you would never thought that they'll put a dispensary over here. I said, man, that's crazy. Really, they got us weed spot where there was weed spots up the street, down the street, back and forth over the course of years, and crime was at high pinnacle. I don't want to get into what kind of crime, but it was bad over there. For some people, it was awful. But now you come back here 30 years or so later, and you put a dispensary right here. Okay, I don't understand gentrification, but why did you pick right here? So, what you can tell me, and I'm not saying that the city was wrong for doing it or and nothing in that nature. It just puzzled me to the point where I'm like, there should be spots all around this place. Folks that went to jail for the same thing they doing in there illegally now.
Same thing,
Same thing.
just a different spot.
That's a different spot. This spot just got lights and the doors was open. Back then the doors were closed and the lights was out.
Now, see
You know what I mean?
that right there. What do you think? How? My question to you would be, how do you rearrange the fact that, back then, same neighborhood, same get down going, fast forward up until now, same neighborhood, same get down going, but the big difference is it's legal. They pay their dues or they rent or whatever to the city. Or how does that work?
Hey, look, the city sets their rules. The state became a legalized product in the state of California. So allows the governing committee, which is the city of Long Beach. Once again, I'm not bashing the city of Long Beach. I was just puzzled how y'all come up with these places to put these spots. So I'm not mad that you're getting money. State lawyers, you running the business, man. They got other businesses y'all run too, probably. So anyway, I think that my decision in my mind, I'm coming up. You had to know that they got data that probably how many crimes or how many times people went to jail over here for this narcotic. You know what I mean? At the time, it was a narcotic or whatever Division 1 or Class A penal code crime. You know what I mean? California penal code. That was whatever it was, that there was a felony. Now it's no longer a felony. So they had to look at something to say, well, these spots was cracking 15, 20, 30 years ago, whatever,
Right.
Years back. And I think that'd be a good spot because, what I'm saying, it was popping back there because we made these amount of arrests. Will they come out publicly and say that? I don't know, they would or not. But just look at where they're putting them. Not all of them, but some of them. So, Control, when you run the next clip, I want to use 10th and the 10th Street one. If you can pull that up for us. Give him a minute to get to that. But
so this one is located where now?
This was a area on 10th in St. Louis.
10th of St. Louis. Okay.
Than that anymore, but we're talking about meaning I don't know, 30-some years ago. Used to do the damn thing over there. So now they got a spot at the corner.
Yeah.
Me out.
Same type of traffic that's coming through there.
Yeah. So that's why I'm saying, wait a minute. That's what I'm like. I mean, people went to jail over there for selling. A whole bunch of people. Now, those same kind of on a record today.
Right. Same transactions. The same transactions.
Same transactions. Got a spot right there on the corner. So that's why I'm saying, that's another one I had to trip off of. But then there's another spot on Anaheim and Molino in that area.
How far apart are those two?
Man, you can walk to the next one. You know, a little walk, but you can pat them feet and turn them corners and get there. We call that pat and turner. Pat them feet and turn them corners. But they have another one down there. Just opened, recently. Matter of fact, that was the area that same area that our executive producer when we were younger, we're talking about when we were younger, we're not doing anything anymore. Just for the record, when we were younger, we used to be down there grinding. If you look at Sand Beneath My Feet, the JJ Fomby story, we talk about that in there.
So that's a nice little landmark for you then.
Yeah, that little area, that right there, and then down on Anaheim and Belido, that little area strip land, we used to, pat our feet and turn our corner and hustle down there. So now they got a dispensary that's open over here too.
See, you think somebody has, I don't want to say developers, but people who've been looking into that to say, hey, you know what? It's just like when you open a restaurant or some type of a liquor store, they look at the area and say, this is a high traffic area. You think we can get a lot of people to come in here? How you think they develop the idea of putting these dispensaries where they are? Second question is, do you think now that weed is legalized and you can pretty much open a dispensary, you think it's going to become a real thing like liquor stores in the hood?
They are. Listen, in the city of Long Beach, they are. Liquor stores are that's called she's a grocery store from where that one on Tiff and St. Louis is at.
Right.
And then down there's a liquor store right there up the street. Well, mini market. We use a mini market.
So yeah, that's
yeah. So play the full clip from Anaheim. I mean, excuse me. Popped up, boom.
So they're starting to just jump up out of nowhere. Well, I'm not gonna say out of nowhere, but they're just starting to develop sceneries now where all these dispensaries are coming up. Which
and that was that little corridor area right there, many years ago. We ain't talking about 2 weeks ago or nothing like that, or a month ago, a year ago. We're talking many years ago. That was like a high active area for narcotics and marijuana and so on and so on. So I'm looking at this like, I keep picking these spots where all the spots used to be at. So that's like 3 places. And I'm not saying all of them. I'm not saying they're wrong. I'm not saying they're wrong. And I'm not saying that they shouldn't do it. I'm only pointing out the mere fact that, wow, all these people that got caught over here got this stuff on their record.
And they come back 30 years later and do it legally. Same type of get down.
Yeah. I'm like, wow, that's a trip.
Now,
so that's
my next question to you is, how when we were growing up, like I said, there's just liquor stores everywhere. Liquor store here, liquor store there, and it's a bunch of traffic. Dudes hanging out in the liquor store, bums begging, people getting their head knocked off, and it's just all type of stuff. And it was kind of hurting the community, but we needed stuff like that because it was a convenience. It was like, boom, right there. Do you think these dispensaries will carry that same jacket as hurting the community, or, people getting beat up and robbed in front of the dispensary, and, all kind of stuff, man? Do these dispensary attract trouble?
To my knowledge, I have been in a few of them. I think they got it. They got a nice ship. They got a little program. I never known no activity that took place in front of them. I mean, you can't stop what goes on out front, but as far as inside, they ran like a real business, baby. They got security. Cameras. I know camera ain't gonna save your life, but it's a deterrent for some people, and some is not. But they got armed security, and they running it like a spot. You know what I'm saying? For 30 years ago or so, you didn't have no cameras, but you had somebody with the cuete.
Yeah.
Cuetes, you know what I'm saying? They had them. You know what I mean? So you had your armed security, you know what I mean, to protect the spot. You know, that's just how this, when I grew up, that's how it operated. And yeah, you can't run no spot without
Oh, of course not.
the contact, dog. You got to have that up in there, man.
Because they know, they used to they used to have a sign, posted up in some spots to say we don't dial 911. So once you see that sign, you already know what it is.
Yeah, you know what I mean. And I laugh for all kind of variation of reason.
Oh yeah.
Because even though that you got it cut, they don't. That won't keep the jacker from kicking that dough in.
No, man, that was the thing. Yeah, that was the scariest part about, because, some people actually spent the night in the spot like a real job, like 9 to 5. They put in hours at the spot. You know what I'm saying? You have you have the little homies make burger runs and go get something, you know how the play goes. But yeah, it was an operation, you know what I'm saying? But now they done cleaned up these areas where the new dispensaries are, and they didn't open up a nice shopping center and put one right in there as running like a real local business. They paying their taxes to the city and all this good stuff. So they're a pillar of the community now.
Oh yeah. Because they looking at it for, and I'm laughing for all kind of reasons, man. Never thought I'd be doing the show about this in this such of a detail, or doing a show or in this kind of detail.
Mm-hmm.
So there's more clips I want to run. But they have other dispensaries in the city. Some down with other people are that, there's some more bougie. They got a spot down there. They got some more spots out of town. Oh, it's countless of spots that are not high traffic crime area spots as well. That that they got these dispensaries at. So they got them like, hey, they got a dispensary over here.
That you wouldn't think would be over there. You wouldn't think people would patronize that place.
No, because, honestly, many years ago, we were talking about many years ago, we older folks now. I said like, oh man, but they used to come from over there, come way down on this side of town.
I get what you're saying. Yep.
Then go way back over on that side of town to do the get down. Feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So now they ain't gotta do all that.
No,
they just put on the yoga pants with the walking dog and going up in there with the yoga mat and getting caught. You know what I'm saying? Grab their sacks and get their CBD. You know what I'm saying? And run it up under it's medical, which is medical. So I'm not gonna bash it. I'm just speaking about it. It's a trip. It's a little trippy space on it for me personally.
It's funny how things change.
Oh my God. Wow. So I'm going through my little dance with this, you know what I mean? So I thought this would be a pretty good topic to speak on today's show. So they have them in different spots that normally you wouldn't have that. You couldn't even go over there and try to open up shop. You can go straight to jail. That first day you tried that, you going straight to the pen.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. I think it's because it's like gangsterism. You're not finna have nothing going on, and we ain't getting a percentage of what's going on. So that's modern day, or as you say, textbook gangsterism. If you're gonna open a spot, we'll let you, but here's what we gonna need out of you, as opposed to 25, 30 years ago, we was on the black market. We ain't paying no dues. We ain't paying none of that. Yeah. So there you have it.
So Control, Delta and I think Delta and PCH, you run that footage, please. This is a big store right there. That was a dispensary. That's a huge one.
Oh, that's
coming right off the freeway. Yeah, that's
yeah.
Woo!
Nice one. That's a nice one.
Yeah. I had never been to that one before, but that mug is like It's a big old spot.
It's like it's corporate in there.
It's business, baby. It's business. So that's on the other side of Long Beach, on the west side of Long Beach, right after you get off the freeway, like real access.
What's freeway? Is that 710?
710, yeah, on the 710 South. Hey, they say this, in business, from my, coming to learn is location.
That's very true.
Run up in there, got to get a gas station, get the zooms and whams, pull up over at the speed zone, grab your sack, get on box of business, coming home from work. You know what I mean? It's business.
I never had my own business before as far as that go. But from my understanding, when you do business, opening a legit business in a community or a city or something, isn't there like a rule of hours? How can you run your hours or days you could be open and closed or something like that?
Yeah, well, depending on, I think if I'm correct, it's dealing with the zoning and your permit and what you're doing for what kind of product you're selling, like alcohol or gas. You know what I mean? I don't know if you had to do one or two things to keep it open 24 hours. I don't know that, but I feel if you run your business and the zoning and your permits allow you to run the hours you choose to without no limitation, run your spot 24/7. Keep it popping. You never know when somebody needs something.
That is true.
Keep it popping. And I think there's another one on the west side too, but we're gonna get to that one later. But there's another one on Redondo and Anaheim. Control if you can run that one as well. Dismiss. By that, kind of had a little traffic when I was growing up. Had some traffic. Couldn't really keep it cracking over too long, and the police was coming. Yeah, I was out there in these streets, man, once upon a time, man, out there 24/7, sun up to sun down. No RDOs, no days off.
Yeah, man. So that, for you to see something like that, it's just mind-boggling. Like, man, this would have never happened 25 years ago when I was running around, pushing the line I was pushing. Right. Because if it was two things that would happen. Either police was gonna shut you down, or the dudes around there was gonna come shut you down.
Yeah, you had to deal with certain things. Some people had to deal with certain things. You just had to worry about the K9. The other stuff is what it was, if it was any of it. You just had to worry about the K9. That's the police. They was coming.
Yeah.
They carry your spot in. So
yeah. So you think this is refreshing and good for the community, for because now all these places that you mentioned and showed, one, you got to think about the location. You can't have it around preschools and elementary schools and high schools and all that stuff. I'm guessing, because I didn't see any of that stuff through the clips we seen. There was no zone where kids may be parks and all that stuff.
So in California, and I'm not going to speak for different states. I'm only speaking for California and in LA County. Repeat, I'm only speaking for the LA County and the state of California and the city of Long Beach, California. But in LA County, if I'm correct, which I think I am, got to be X amount of feet or yards away from schools, and I think in churches.
Mm-hmm.
So if you ever got caught with some narcotics by a school, distributing in some form, making a sale, they charge you with a sale, because sometimes you don't have to make a sale. It's just the packaging of the narcotic that can be. Yeah, you ain't got to actually serve somebody. No, it can be packaged up as though that you serving people and get a sale charge.
Will they put that word in front of it, intent to sell, or are they just gonna say you was selling?
Depends on, they use the intent, and I don't know if they change it from that from a sale. So I think the intent is when it's sacked up. and then you actually make the sale, then it's a sale.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Yeah.
That sounds familiar.
We can laugh about all this now, man. But it's all they're like, why you think that's funny, man? Look, it's the same thing and make you laugh and make you cry. So I'm a victim of this myself. So that's why I can talk the way I talk. I really walk that walk and I talk that talk. I'm just saying this ain't no Hollywood script. We really from where he from and where I'm from. Even though
that's why I said when you put that word in there, intent, that just ding, 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 like, oh yeah. You giving people who don't know, like you said, you don't necessarily have to have a transaction if it's just on you and you look like it's about to be, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, man, what they do is when law enforcement come in, they'll be like, oh, well, I work, you get busted and get caught up in the trick bag. Now you fighting the case, and they come in, they'll say, hey, look, I'm Joe Law, and I've been working for the department X amount of years, I went to class for 40 hours. And they told me how to look for this and that, and this how it is, and this how I can say this is what this is, what I saw when I arrested this individual. Court be like, all right, that's good, let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, his word is good. So you got to be careful what you're doing in these streets now these days. Now the law is still the law. That same law then is there today. It didn't disappear. They took it off the books. They ain't do that. That's still there today. We were just having to be, the law was getting made when we was out there doing our thing. So that's how I'm able to remember. And then, like I say, I'm a victim of, I call it possession of marijuana for sale case that put me away for, under the 3-strike law, put me away for 17 years.
See, that's what I'm talking about, man. You did that for the same thing now. So how does that make you feel as a person who was a victim of that? I know when let's rewind. So when you heard California, the place you grew up in, lived in all your life, was legalizing some shit that you went to jail for, how did that make you feel?
Just straight like a dumbass. You keep me real. I'm sitting up in this, I note the record that I've been to prison a couple of times before that.
Okay.
It wasn't the first time I went to prison. This was my third time with the prison, and the longest stint I've done as well. And I was a lifer, based upon the 3-strike law. So the district attorney at that time was pressing his line. I ain't gonna say his name, but he was pressing his line. And as well as I was at the time, I was an active gang member. So, and again, we're talking about 30-some years ago. And so it was like a combination of both. They just wanted me off the streets. And they did a fine job of getting me off the streets. So that's why that's why I understand a lot of the stuff that I see on television, on the internet, and I'll be looking at it and I'll just be like, wow, it's a trip. Actually, I'll be out 7 years in a couple of weeks. That's the longest I've ever been on the street as an adult. 7 years straight. Never done that before. I'm 50 years old. So it's a trip. And like I said, I was setting themselves through lockdown shoe programs, counters of lockdown because I was on a level 4 yard. And when they came in with this time legalized marijuana, I got letters from attorneys and about talking about, oh yeah, we're gonna try to get you out, and then if they change the law, we're gonna get you out, and the law didn't pass, and we got this bill in front of the assembly bill, or there's a Senate bill we put up here in California. So there was people struggling trying to make the things happen, but they finally did make it happen. And I did get out. But I got out under the changing of the law as far as the 3-strike law.
Not the weed marijuana law.
Kind of, sort of, but the fact that it was leveraged to argue with the judge to say, hey, look, come on, man, you got the dude in jail.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And Yeah,
You were sitting in there with others like you as well.
Oh yeah. Some still in there. Quite a few still under the 3-strike law that got non-violent, non-serious cases. This case was non-violent, non-serious. There wasn't no victim. It was a victimless crime that I was doing time for. Not proud of it. Just just keep the record.
Plus some stuff they changed to make it legal to do what you was doing.
Right. So they was So it was like, man, I mean, y'all. What about y'all changing the law? But you got these dudes in jail. Y'all doing the same thing they was doing.
Mm-hmm.
It wouldn't make any sense, man. Like, okay, well, then you'll come get me out. Well, no, we can't get you out. You can't let me out. You can get busted with it now and I go to jail. And I got, we ain't talking about nobody with no, 18-wheeler full of weed or something like that. We ain't talking about that like that. We talking about the same amount where you can go in the store now and buy. These people got this in there.
Those cases, and they stretched them out. They stretched them out over it too.
Exactly. With no mercy. They didn't care. Like, hey, if you die, you die. If you happen to live long enough to get out by this, then you good. You understand where I'm coming from? So there's some still in there that go in front of the prison board here in the state of California. They go up there and they're like, oh man, you got caught with a cell phone. What? I got caught with a cell phone. Okay. Or you disrespected our staff. What? Man, you don't let this dude out of here, man, stop playing.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people should be turning over because of that law has changed with the weed. It's everywhere now. They having billboards for it. They having weed parties. It's all good. For the fact that I never seen nobody act the monkey off of smoking weed. Weed is a happy thing. Weed is a happy thing. You cool.
Mm-hmm.
You get your cool on. You know what I'm saying? Or as they say, when you was doing your thing, the munchies, and you just want to be cool.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like a hippie. Now it's good because maybe now you got medical people using it for cancer and all this kind of good stuff that goes into it, man.
Exactly. And I didn't know that, but I was when I was sitting up in the cell. I was like, man, come on, man, this is crazy. Got me up in here. You could be in prison and mess around, catch a life sentence or catch more time while in prison. That does happen.
Yeah.
Some of the people I know that would have been in prison for like a small crime and catching a life sentence. I know a couple of them.
That happens more often than not. To believe it happens more often than not.
Yeah, you get some more time being up in there, and you mess around. Some people coming in and get killed while being there doing we could be in there for. Well, I know one guy, they killed him on the yard, and dude was in there for a weed case. He wasn't a lifer. He just had caught with some weed. Jumped out with cops some weed, jumped in the car. Police blocked him off, jumped up and got on him, and then he got caught with the weed. And gave him a felony, locked him up in the prison. Dude wasn't no jailhouse street dude. He was just old square trying to get high. You know what I'm saying? And he came to the pen, man, had like some showtime, put him up on that 4-yard, man, and got caught up in the trick bag or something he really had nothing to do with, but due to his affiliation, you know what I'm saying, he got caught up. They knocked him down on the yard. Never made it home. So
wow.
Yeah, it get ugly, man. So yeah, it's that I'm glad that they did do what they did as far as decriminalizing the marijuana. Because, man, come on, man, you messing up people's lives. And the thing about it that I say how's cool to know is that this stuff is used for medical purposes.
Yes.
Okay, that's good. I don't have them kind of issues that I know of, but if I needed to have it for the medical purpose,
mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I need something, man. That's the vaccine. That's the vaccination right there.
It is. And it goes beyond that too. When you think about, let's say, joint pains and CBD oil and back pains, because you got a lot of people such as yourself who've been an athlete and took, beatings on that field with knees and ankles, and you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And also this going back to the job related situation. You got people out there who do heavy lifting at their job, work heavy machinery, arthritis in their hands, carpal tunnel and all that. So
yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they need the relief.
Yeah.
Relief. So I totally agree with that. So in that aspect, also, I'm great to know that this plant can provide the relief for individuals for certain kind of issues, medical issues. So it's a twofold situation. Never knew that as a youngster when I was out there in the street doing what I was doing. Never knew none of that part, but somebody probably did back then. But anyway, it's great to know it today and what it's being used for. So far as the dispensary, there's one in down in the traffic circle control. If you'd like to play that for me, I appreciate it. We'll get to that. But
this one here is you say in the traffic circle.
Yeah, it's down in the traffic circle in Long Beach. Mm-hmm. It's a nice one. Yeah, it's a real nice one. It's nice.
Have you actually been in there?
Oh yeah, I've been in there. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I've been in there. They grow. They grow their own. I think their own strain of marijuana in there.
Oh, that's now they for real about it.
Yeah, it's a trip. I'm like, wow, they growing the marijuana.
And you know the good part about that, these dispensaries are self-sufficient. They take care of themselves because you can go in there. Say, for instance, I go in there. I don't have nothing, a roller. I don't have nowhere to put my shit. I'm just like, man, I'm new to this. I need everything. Whatever you need, they got it there.
Say, rub me. I need the whole grab bag. Huh?
I need everything. You know what I'm saying? I need somewhere to a nice little stock box. I need some papers. I need this. It's like one-stop shop.
Yeah. It is what it is, baby. This is what we at now. Everything is instantmatically now.
Yeah.
You want something to eat?
And the shit is cool because it's more, it's inviting. You can dress your little weed box up. You can, they got merchandise. They got, man, it's just.
Oh yeah, I'm familiar with the merchandise.
Oh yeah. Shout out to Trady Sunrocks real quick. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so it's good, man. It's a nice little system that's moving. You know what I mean? And everybody's on board.
Yeah, it's all about getting when you fit in, get your stuff together, and get your money right, man. I ain't mad at them. It would be nice that they get this off some people's records, so some people can get some jobs, they can provide for their family, and don't allow that to hinder their growth in life. You know what I mean? As far as getting a good job with benefits and as far as medical and in 401k, like that, they can provide for their family. That's the only thing I'm seeking from. Also giving people action who had these same charges that can get in the business and run a business legitimately and pay their taxes as well and provide for their family and friends and other people that need to work in the company.
Yeah, because you look at it, weed is not a violent crime, bro. It's not.
No. Not a serious crime.
It's not a serious crime. It's not a violent crime. If you really want to get down and break it down like that, I'm selling weed to this person may calm him down from doing some real gangster shit. Weed is not a violent crime. Why would they slap somebody over the head like that for behind some marijuana? And not only that, it's from the earth. It's not chemically mastered in some lab or something. It's not, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you never hear nobody wigging out over it like the other shit, water, you know what I'm saying? Meth, shit like that. Weed is just
and the Tony Montana, huh?
Yeah, it's just I don't know, man. I personally have never seen nobody act a fool off weed.
Yeah, because you're a drug-free, alcohol-free dude. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
you don't even smoke cigarettes. At least time I know, I ain't seen you did nothing.
No,
drink water, dude. But anyway, control. the footage with down at the traffic circle. That'll be good. When you get the opportunity, highly appreciate it. All right. We'll get to that when we get. Everywhere is JJ Fomby from On the Line with JJ Fomby and Junior podcast show on the JJ Fomby YouTube channel and the Digital Soulbox Network at JJ Fomby. So I'm just doing this documentary piece about dispensaries in the state of California, and by me being in the state of California and the city of Long Beach, we're doing one called The Circle here in Long Beach. So I want to legalize the marijuana and it's for recreational purposes. They got them, man. It's just something letting everybody know, the viewers and the listeners who aren't able to see this. I'm out in front of a dispensary. So I just had to stop by, tap in, converse about it, do a piece about it, and you'll see long down the road in my documentary series about more of the process for people like myself who can get involved and get a job or invest into this way of making money now, legitimately. Not something I'm really into, but I'm just going down the channel to see how this thing works, so educate the viewers and the listeners on how it works. So anyway, Junior's not with me today, but we will be soon. Check us out. Make sure we're on all the digital platforms. We're all for streaming. You can check us out on Roku TV, Vimeo, on demand. You can listen on Pandora, iHeart, SoundCloud, with all digital platforms for streaming. So check us out, man. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the circle down there in the traffic circle.
That's a nice little parking lot.
Yeah. That's a big one, man. They huge facilities, man. I mean, it's a business, man, and that's all I can say. It's a business, man. I pray and hope that the brothers and sisters that's locked up in the state of California for non-violent, non-serious cases, such as for marijuana that has not been released, that should be released for these kind of crimes, man. This is not a crime that no victims involved, man. Come on, man. I'm doing this.
Not at all.
If you still left up in there, people are like, oh man, I can't believe it. Believe me, show this to somebody, talk this, have a discussion about this with somebody you know. Be like, oh, what's the name? They've been they've been up in there this long. Yes, I'm still locked up in there. Because I'm only speaking about California. It could be some in the feds. It could be some in other states. You know what I mean? I'm only talking about California because I was a part of it. But there's others probably in federal prison, same kind of cases, locked up, ain't letting them out. It might not be many, but it might be. Then again, it might be many. So I know there are some, and here in the state of California, there are for non-violent, non-serious cases.
Still sitting down.
They're sitting up there, done 20 years, 30 years, 35 years, or you know what I mean, and they ain't letting them out. Why you ain't letting them out? Because man, they a lot of them. When you're doing time, man. Especially if you're a lifer or you got 50 years to do, man, your mind is like, man, they probably just lost hope. A lot of people hang themselves.
Yeah, because you can only write the board, write your attorney. Some people give up, man. Well, a lot of people give up. And it's just and not to be, this make you understand this. But it's some people who may not, but I'm explaining to you, when you in there, man, you're going to run into somebody who care about you as far as give you that, man, we going to walk, don't worry about it, man, because your mind, some people will stop you, like, come check on you, come to your cell, come to your dorm and check, man, you good, man, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Don't worry about it, man, people ain't getting no money on their books, they ain't getting visits, and they just give up, wife, girlfriend ran off on them, kids this on them. You will find somebody in there, kind of like a mentor or a counselor, to kind of get you through that rough road that you're going through until things kind of level out. You know what I'm saying? Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You get a lot of them, like they say, oh well, you did it to yourself. Okay, yeah, all right, whatever. They pay their debt to society because first they be like, well, you got yourself in there. Okay, you all right, I got in here, no problem. I got you. But it's a time that it's an overkill. You know what I mean? You gotta be doing more than I should be doing. If you want to be fair, be fair.
Yes.
That's where I'm coming from. Now that you done changed the law, come on, man. I done walked off enough of it. You know what I'm saying? Walked off more than I should have. You know what I'm saying? It's different when you sitting on there, but like, hey, you could just imagine this. At one time I had a Shelly. Came in, whatever. I forgot why. I was between Tachi Max or Salinas Valley. I think I was in Tachi, New Folsom. I had a New Folsom Sea Yard. I'm in the cell, right? And they like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Hey, Fumb, you got a Shelly. Do. You know, they their affiliation up, whatever I'm saying. So dude was he was a solid soldier. So him taking his stuff, just walking up in the cell and just, hey man, I mean, they put me in there. He came, he was at the I was working in the kitchen, I was the head cook. I was number one cook, first cook. And the gunman was like, hey, look, man, you got a Shelly, whoop the bam. I was like, all right, where you at? He's like, oh, I'm gonna tell him to come to the door. He wanted to come talk to you anyway. So I stopped what I was doing because there wasn't people wasn't coming in. I was just cooking it up with the team. So I came out and went to the door and said, what's up, homie? Opened the door, like, man, I'm whoop the whoop and whoop the bam, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, whoop the whoop. Had a few questions about this and that. On some real G type, you know what I mean? Veteran stuff. All right, homie, yeah, you good to go on up to put your stuff in there, do your thing, man. He's like, yeah, man, I got you, bro. Let him know, man, you can look at the TV. You know how people is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so long story short, when I came back, he had all this paperwork on the table. You know what I'm saying? Why he was in jail and all that, right? And he like, yeah, man, I read out, I said, I had mine. I told him mine was in a box set up on my locker. So he's like, yeah, man. He said, man, I read your stuff already, man. That's wow. He said, it's crazy, man. We in the jail for the same thing. So I said, he said, I'm in there for possession of marijuana for sale. And I was like, why? He's like, yeah, man, they gave me 4 years.
4?
Yeah, 4 years. With half.
So that's about
they've been down like, I don't know, 14, 15, 16 months already. I said, man, you going out the door, man.
So he probably had like 36 altogether with the 14 months he been down.
Yeah, he was all out the door, man. He had 4 years with half or something like that, and he was going out the door anyway. He had just got out the hole. They kicked him out of another institution and brought him up there. His points went up. His points went up for this little melee that jumped off down in I can't remember exactly what them lower yards, Trey yard, whatever. And then he came up to the 4 yard. Come out the hole. He got caught up in the melee. So they gave him the write up for it, and his points went up. They brought him up there. He was like, I was like, damn, dog, that's cool. You know what I mean? I ain't tripping. He's like, man, they gave you life. I'm like, yeah, dog, don't even sweat it, man. Do your time, man. We good. And it was just a trip that here he is. I got what I got. He got what he got. Same kind of crime. And he had, some, you know what I mean? He had been to prison before. You understand me? So I was like, yeah, that was that was a trippy thing. I just laughed like, wow, do your thing. We became good cellies, you know what I mean? He bounced out and went home and all that type, you know what I mean?
He went home. He actually went home from your cell?
Yeah. He was a soldier, man. He was a real soldier, man. It's hard to find real soldiers that, you know what I mean? They bring to you to your cell. I used to have to, most of them, when they came to my cell, I bounced them out of there. Not all of them, but there's some that had to bounce out because they weren't solid. You know what I mean? They didn't understand the structure where we was up under. So I had to go and find another cell, dog. Somebody to take their stuff, set it outside, get out the correction officer. He's gonna tell you which way to go. You know what I mean?
It's funny. It's funny you say that because, hey, when the CEO walk by and see somebody's shit sitting out the cell, they already know what time it is.
To you squares everywhere. Oh, the real
hey, when they walk by, it could be like a regular day, movement or whatever. But you know how they walk by, do they little rounds. Oh shit, somebody getting the boot. If you see somebody's property shit sitting outside the cell, that means he got the boot. Either he leaving on his own or he got the boot.
Yeah.
Whatever the case may be, they already know what that means once they see your property. That's funny.
Yeah, exactly.
That's funny, man.
That's real. That's state or federal. They understand that language, right? That's universal.
Oh man, that's too funny, man.
Yeah. So I didn't mean to get off track, but yeah, but anyway, so let's I got one of my homeboys, man, that work at a dispensary. And, that's a great dispensary. I've been in it a couple of times. So Control run that footage in this. Hear what he got to say, man. And I think this was a positive input what he had to say.
My name is Eric, off the east side, nickname Chunk. Most of y'all might know me, but I'm here to tell y'all about this little program going on out here in Long Beach called the Social Equity. Get a bar of that. This right here will guarantee you a job in a dispensary. All bullshit to the side. What it is called social equity, and it's for people that's been impacted by the war on drugs, namely blacks, black and brown people that's been affected by the war on drugs. On here is the information. Hopefully my buddy zoomed in on it and y'all can get the information and contact Court High, I believe it's Hightower, Huckabone. Wait, let me, hold on, I ain't got my glasses, I'm old, can't see. Court Huckabone. He works for the city of Long Beach. He will help you. Get him, he'll blast you an email. He'll send you all the information you need to get certified for this. It's for people in the registry of Long Beach, those of us that's been infected by the war on drugs. Now, a lot of people think you can't get these jobs because you've been arrested and all that. No, I've been arrested, I've been in the pen, and I got a job at the dispensary. Been working here since 2010. When they shut them down, of course, I had to go elsewhere, but when we opened back up, when we got recreational, they brought me back. So just to let you know, you can get a job working in a dispensary legally. Another thing, the dispensaries now have union. They're unionized. So you'll be a part of a union. It has medical benefits. It has dental benefits. It has 401ks. So this is just the beginning. It's gonna get bigger and bigger. And I'm telling you, I need everybody to, if you've been to jail for dope, go get yourself certified, because also this will help you if you get a business, if you can come up with the dividends to get one of these dispensaries, you will not have to pay the taxes, brother. I ain't gonna get into details, but like I said, contact Court Huckabone for the city of Long Beach, and he will give you all the information, and he'll tell you how to get certified.
I got a question to ask you.
Go ahead.
My question to ask you is this: how have they been treating you working in this kind of business?
Believe it or not, I'm family there. I'm family. They treat me like I'm family because I've been with them so long. But we hire the new people we hire. We hire new people, and they treat them good. They treat them good. Everybody gets treated like family. We look at everybody as a family here.
That's great.
We don't.
That's great to know that, man. This is JJ Fomby from On the Line with JJ Fomby and Junior podcast show on the JJ Fomby YouTube channel and the Digital Soapbox Network. I took the opportunity to stop by and holler at my homeboy, like a brother to me, to lace me up on the game, how the dispensaries is in Long Beach, and he's the #1 man right here. He just told y'all what the real was. I'm going to show some of the spot where he work at.
You'll probably walk over there a little bit. And,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, come on.
One of the great spots.
Get a little bit of,
yeah, I'm just
This is chronic.
So if y'all want to come to one of the best dispensaries in the city of Long Beach, California, stop by, and you mention the homeboy name, man. And,
Eric. Tell him Eric sent you, man. Tell him Eric sent you. E-Fizz, baby.
Yeah, y'all can Google it up. It's the Santa Fe Avenue, 1501. Chronic in Long Beach, California. There's no Eric sent you, man. I appreciate you let me stop by and give me this news on how this is.
Yeah, for real. Anybody that's been incarcerated, mainly due to drugs, look into this. I'm serious. It's beneficial. It's very beneficial.
Appreciate that, man. I appreciate for every time I got something going on, you ain't got no problem helping me out. You're a great person.
Hey,
Thank you,
what we
boy.
do. That's family, homie. That's how family do.
Exactly. Much love and respect.
Yes, sir. It is what it is, how it is. So I just got that. You can go and shut it down from that point unless y'all got something to say. Anybody out there got something to say, man? Tap in. We'll take the questions and say it, but Ain't nothing to say from that point. Marijuana is a business now. If you got the bread, get into it.
Now that contact, is that a guy out of Long Beach? The one he said get in contact to get all your stuff started?
I don't know if he's out of that operation's out of Long Beach, yes.
No, not the dispensary, the guy he was saying to get
the contact. Yeah. That's City of Long Beach contact.
Okay.
And anybody want to know about the link, because most folks will be like, man, I don't care about all that. But if anybody want to know about the link, hit us up on our IG or Facebook, and we'll blast you the link and do what you do. But you got to be what he said is you got to be in compliance with that. Maybe I might try just to see if it really is if any valid, and I believe it's valid because he's working there.
Yeah.
So I believe me. You know what I mean? Based on the fact he's working there, been working there, and been fine for the family man and living a productive citizen life here in the city of Long Beach. He's been doing great, man, and I'm proud of him. Vice versa, he's proud of me. So it's a good thing, man, to take this and this flower had done damage to some people, and then now the flower is doing some recovery to people, and it's a blessing, man. It's strange. The transformation of change is just where I'm stuck in at to look at how this went. Never thought I'd see a day like this, but hey, never thought we had a black president, but we did,
It's all good, man. It's all good. It's all good. Well, thank everybody for tuning in. You know what, Mr. JJ Fomby, you got something you want to say to the people out there? Oh, real quick, Relly's Kitchen. If you're interested in having any events or something you throwing for yourself or for your business, go to this IG, Relly's Kitchen, my_life340 at Relly's Kitchen, and you can check out her portfolio. Thank you guys for tuning in again. Go check that out. This is brought to you by Relly's Kitchen, my_life340.
Yeah, for all you viewers, you know that we on Roku TV on demand. We on Vimeo on demand. We on Instagram Live. We on Facebook Live. We on all the streaming platforms from Pandora, Amazon Music Podcast. We on iTunes Podcast. We on iHeartRadio Podcast. We on what's that? LinkedIn Radio. Yeah, we on Spotify, Google Podcast,
Apple Podcasts.
We're on every.
If we ain't there, we'll get there.
Yeah, for sure. So what you gonna do, man? Till y'all meet up with us. Remember what I told you about subscribing, man. Touch that red word subscribe to. It's not red anymore, and you become a subscriber for free. And that's what we need you to do. Send us up out of here, Junior, man. I got things to do and place to talk to.
Shout out to Digital Soapbox Network and everybody on that platform as well. Thank you again for tuning in with us. We will catch you again. Art of Shield.
Every day on the line. Every day on the line. Every day Digital Soapbox. Every day on the line. I remain every day on the line. Well, every day.